Hello, hello, hello. Happy Tuesday. Welcome, welcome, welcome to the Player Circle. How y'all feeling tonight? Rachel, what's good? What's good? Welcome, welcome. Hope everybody's feeling good today. Hope everybody is maintaining, not explaining, striving over surviving, all those things. You know what I mean? It's been a very eventful day, unfortunate day. And we're going to make sure that we pay tribute, we honor, and we celebrate as well, you know. We're very big on the celebration of life, so. As a matter of fact, let me don the appropriate. We pay tribute to one of R&B or soul's finest. Yeah, today we unfortunately lost a soul legend. It was announced earlier today that music artist and performer D'Angelo passed away. And figure I would just briefly don one of his signature pieces from his second phase of his career, the signature fedora. He wore the 10-gallon hat as well. So we pay early tribute. I was thinking about it earlier, and I'm trying to remember. I believe my mother went to see him perform. But as a youngin', you know, all the ladies was up hype on D'Angelo, and he had several cultural moments or defining moments, whether it be on Brown Sugar or Voodoo, or you know what I mean, his album with the Vanguard. But I was thinking about it. I'm like, my parents used to have the Voodoo CD, and I don't know if they, you know, my mom was kind of somewhat strict on the music that we listened to around it. So we would put on the Voodoo once she went into the Pathmark. Once Dad went into the Pathmark, because we would stay in the car. Put that Voodoo on, listen to that Devil's Pie. You know what I mean? Because that joint was on the Belly soundtrack. It's lies, more time. That joint used to hit. But I was disappointed to hear that. It actually, his untimely death went with John. D'Angelo's death actually, you know, kind of connected to a point that I was going to make later on in the show. But more importantly, it just talks about, you know, doing all you can to take care of, first and foremost, living a full life. You know what I mean? You gotta live a full life. Gotta live it up. That's why we say YGB. You gotta believe. You can't be out here, you know what I mean, not enjoying the gift of waking up every morning. The second thing is, you know what I mean, like, not to be, you know, too soon, but just, you know, how attacked we are in the black community, or in the black male community, you know, with various cancers. So, you know, do your best, man. Get your screenings. I know we have a very love-hate relationship with the doctors and hospitals, but man, anything you can to keep yourself here, living in your purpose and your passion for yourself and for your family. Do what you can. But we honor D'Angelo. If you got a favorite song, drop it in the comments. The crazy thing about D'Angelo, you know, he had his own immense catalog. I actually liked several of his features. You know what I mean? The brother had a lot of dope features. The Nothing Even Matters with Lauryn Hill. You Should Be Here. You Should Be Here is one of my jams with Raphael Sadiq. You know what I mean? So he used to get busy. You know, in addition to You're My Lady and so many of the different covers that he did. The Cruising, Baby Let's Cruise. His cruising cover was tough. So we honor my man D'Angelo. We pray for his family, you know, his children. But we continue on with tonight's episode. I'll wear the hat for a little bit longer. But it was a crazy week. What y'all get into? I had the honor of returning home. Your boy went back home to visit my alma mater, the first. Don't let them try to play you. The first historically black college in the land, Cheney University. I went a few years ago and it got rained out, but it had been a long time since I had been, and for a homecoming and to be back on the yard. To be back on the yard was a enriching experience, man. Like, first of all, one thing, your school, man, if you or your kids or anybody you know went to HBCU, they'll tell you all the same, man, just how much of a familial experience that is, man. It's like you go there and you feel like family before you even go. Like, that was one of the things that I remember my first trip there before I you know, decided to attend the school. But one of the things that's crazy is just like when I got up there, the first people that I saw that recognized me, shout out my boy Quick and Kappa Dave. And the first thing Kappa Dave has said to me, and we haven't seen each other in years, is like, yo, man, you doing big things, man. That Key Story, she a tough one. You, like, bruh, for that to be the first thing that you, like, what you're actually working on, you know what I mean? Because you know when you get older, you know how it is. And I ain't saying that I don't, you know, but you know, how's the family? How's the kids? How's work? Everything that, you know what I mean, don't is an extension of you. So that gets a little crazy. But and somebody to ask you and to acknowledge the work that you putting in is like, yo, man, that artist you got is dope. I ain't gonna hold you. Brother had that single tear. That joint was, you know what I mean? So I was like, damn, don't you, bitch, don't you cry. Don't you cry. So, and then my boy Quick, you know, it's like, yeah, man, you be putting me on the artist, you put me on the Zaya Bell. Shout out Zaya Bell. We gotta get Zaya on the show, man. Zaya doing big things. I seen that Cardi B had liked her video, her record. So you kind of already know how that's trending towards. That's about to be some stardom. But Zaya is super dope. But I was honored that, you know, my opinion mattered enough somebody and it puts them on good music. So in addition to that, got to go see my frat brothers, get up at, you know, go to the tent, you know what I mean, break bread, brotherhood. Saw one of my good cohorts, one of the original members of the team from my first web sitcom, Pick Six, and happened to star on my the web show Pick Six, and then eventually starred on our web sitcom We're Just Talking, which is, you know, basically the sitcom about, you know, being at a HBCU, a new age, different world, if you would, and got to kick it with my boy Kyle. That was, man, I really got to kick it with him in a very long time. Now he, you know, a professor at the school. It's like, damn, you know, how time has moved and changed. So that was crazy, man. That was crazy. Saw a couple baddies. No, not I would say a blessing. Obviously some fine baddies up there, but none that, you know what I mean, you got the history with. Because I told y'all I wasn't trying to go up there and be on no Carl Thomas. My boy saw one of his exes up there, so you know I'm already ready. It was love at first sight. I'm singing in the background. Maybe in another life. Cause, man, you be seeing your old flings. I seen some old things that, like, when I had first got on the yard, but it nothing crazy. It's just like, damn, oh, I forgot she was fine, or like that. I seen some of the Deltas up there with they racing jackets on, looking like the Rough Riders. They was fly though. I said, I like your jacket, Red. I like, cause the old heads. See, now I'm gonna just keep it real with you, and a tip to all of my 30 and 40 plus peers that's going to their homecoming, even 20s. Like, yo, you gotta learn how to be stylish without having on 8 pieces of Greek paraphernalia. That's what the old heads do. I would say once you get 50, then you can start wearing like 9 pieces of nail, because you want everybody to know that you are Greek. I literally, all I had on was my wristband. You lucky, the hat, my Alpha hats, the tenant joint was sold out, because now that's fire. I would have copped that. You don't, like, it's like, yo, I know what I pledged. I remember. And anybody up there that needs to know will know, because otherwise everybody else they young up there, or they old. So, you know, I was up there. I blended in. Got to see some of the new alphas, so that was cool. I should have got them to teach me a stroll. That's what I should have did. That's what I should have did. Had them young boys teach me to stroll. I told them, I said, at my age, I was strolling right before the evolution. It's like I'm like a 90s basketball player before they started doing all the Euro steps and the crazy step backs. You know what I mean? So I was great, but I got my shit mad. My strolls was mad basic. Now strolls, party walks look like steps. They look like step shows. So it's like, you know, me hitting this, you know, it's just like, what we doing? The Samuel Green. What's good? What's good, play? What's good? Welcome to the Player Circle. We out here vibing. I'm letting people know about my my homecoming experience. Just paid tribute to the late legend D'Angelo. Anybody want to drop their favorites, or they rest in peace, they condolences, or they favorite D'Angelo records? Feel free to do so. But make sure y'all like the live, man. Make sure y'all like the live and share the live with all your peoples. You know what I mean? Now, so yeah, I should have got the young boys to teach me a stroll, cause they be doing that crazy though, except for old school. I'm about to be hitting this joint, like, you know what I mean? I should ask Nas. I should ask MLK to teach me a stroll, cause Wipe Me Down is like our unity. It's like our universal stroll now. But my Wipe Me Down when I was pledging is not the new Wipe Me Down. Look a little bit different. And outside of that, what else took place this weekend? This past week, since the last time I saw you, the WNBA Finals completed. The Aces, another title, another one. A'ja Wilson stacking up that trophy room, going crazy. Unbelievable. You know what I mean? Somebody said it, man, and like people gonna think I'm crazy. They be like, "Yo, say you capping, you super hype." I'm telling you, yo. When I went to see A'ja Wilson play, I've never seen such dominance. And mind you, maybe because it's the field is maybe a little bit more even in the NBA. It was like I done seen Iverson, I done seen LeBron, I done seen Blake Griffin, I done seen D Rose. This year I done seen Embiid. You know, but like someone just being like, damn, like they literally cannot stop her. It was surreal. So, and then just watching her just get mad buckets and send people shots to the fourth row, crazy. So, yeah, man, it's wild. It's definitely wild. I don't know where else to go. You got to start looking at her as the GOAT of women's basketball. And you know I love me some Maya Moore. You know I love me some Cynthia Cooper, Cheryl Swoops. You know, I don't know. She got 4 of them things. She got 4 MVPs and 3 titles. It's like I say, hot damn. Now, you know, we already honored D'Angelo, but another thing that happened last week was it was the 10-year anniversary of the passing of my grandmother, Grandma Andrews, Dorothy S. Andrews. And anybody that's been around me knows that Grandma Andrews is a pivotal figure in my development as a person and comedian. There's a lot of references to her throughout, you know, my different shows and just life in general. And to think that it's been 10 years, my grandmother, I think she passed like maybe a month before I got into the, like, she didn't get to see my my place, so it was a little bit surreal. But to think that she's been gone for 10 years and is definitely we continue to honor her. And we miss you, Dottie. So, we got a great show. Last episode, we had a lot of fun. We talked about the Unks versus the YNs. We talked about Cam Newton asking his shorty for a list of who she done slept with. Bananas. But then what's crazy is then he follow up with a hell of a show with Pastor Devin Franklin, and he dropping jewels left and right. It's like he alternate the craziness. But then we also talked about LeBron's decision. LeBron on tour. He doing everything but playing basketball right now. And I seen him on his wife's show. First we talked about the decision too. But I seen him on his wife's show where he said, he called women to, he was like, men, be careful. He said, everybody be careful. He said, there's some conniving bees out here. I said, damn, LeBron in front of the missus. I understood the context though. It still was crazy. It still was crazy. But yeah, man. So we had a great episode. So we gotta get it kicked off though. We gotta get it kicked off. Let's quickly get into the bald-headed logic for the day. You know what I mean? Because it ain't right. It ain't right if it ain't bald. Shout out to all my bald-headed scallywags out here making moves. Now, tonight's bald-headed logic is two things can be true. Two things can be true. Now, I have had the opportunity to do a lot of reflection, especially when I'm walking my good brother Beanz. We take our walk, do our self-reflection. And my boy in here, Hoodjucation, YGB in the building. So we take our walks, and I was thinking to myself, I was like, damn, man, there's opportunity for you to be doing good things, but still need to be working on your game. You could be working hard and still need to work harder at the same time. I forgot where I was at, and I seen somebody I know, and they was chilling, like they was just chilling, and I was like looking at them like, yo, get your ass up. It's mad shit you need to be doing. And that sounds like hating, but it's like you see yourself through others. So it's like Allen Iverson was on the Stephen A. Smith show. This is an opportunity. This is a better explain it. So Allen Iverson was announced he'd been sober for like 6 months. And what he was recognizing was that when now he at the parties, he see his family, not judging them, but he's like, he said he was embarrassed because he's like, damn, that's how I look. That's how I looked. And it really put things in perspective. It's like, yo, when you see somebody doing a behavior of yours, you like, oh damn, that's how I come off. Let me get my black ass up. You know what I mean? Somebody's like, or just like complaining about something, or, you know, and we all deserve grace. You know me, I'm Aries gang all day, and balance is near and dear to my heart. I like grace like I like accountability, but that's why two things can be true. We all got to take time for ourselves. We all need personal time. We all need to be able to reflect and do these things. But we also got to work. We also got to work. We also got to compromise. We also got to communicate. Two things can be true. We spend so much time on our end that it's like, hey man, let me be accountable Let me see what other people are saying. Let me acknowledge. Do you need a break? Yeah, you need a break. But you also got to get your ass up and get to work too. Got to find time for both. Is it a little bit rough? Yeah. But it's real out here. Especially for all my brothers, all my players. We bear responsibility to ourselves and our families to get to work. I saw a video of myself from about, I think it was about 8 years ago. And I was chilling on the couch. And I don't know why, but that like really burned. It burned my soul. Not that you don't need to rest, but it's like for anybody that got a woman, anybody that got a baddie, especially a black baddie. Shout out to all my sisters. But you know, nothing burns their soul more than to see somebody just chilling, just laid up. Now we do need our rest, but you gotta learn how to twist it. You gotta learn how to twist it, cause a brother looking when it's mad shit to do, and you just up there twiddling your feet, it look crazy. Rest at night. You gotta rest at night. My game plan used to be this. I'm gonna put y'all on game. I'm gonna out myself to put y'all on game. I don't know what dude I learned this from, boy. Especially if you got a job where you can chill during the day. You chill. Go get your rest. But when you know that your lady's about to come home, hey man, get that house in order. Cause if she pull up and you either twiddling your feet, we used to like to say plucking your nuts, or playing a video game, dishes ain't done, or you know what I mean, just house unkept, is going. That's your ass, Mr. Postman. That's your ass. And you know what? Because I think I learned that from when I was younger. We used to do that. I'm like, hey, we going to act a fool, because I was a latchkey kid. We was going to act a fool when we first got home, right? But before moms got home, the ground beef better be thawed out, taken out the refrigerator. Dishes better be washed. Like, you can't have your house looking crazy. Your mom come home, been working all hard. That's one of the trigger points for the baddies. No baddie wants to come home after they've been working and then gotta, and just look at their house as being a mess. At least make the attempt. So my baddie used to got home at 6. About 4:35, time to rev it up, baby. Enough rest has been taken. Get that house in order. Cause then that's gonna lead to you having a bad night. Happy spouse, happy house. Now we done got in the social media world. We be doing all this, I don't want to say BS, but it's like it's always me, like word to Maya. Sauce Queen K was good. Always wave to your baddies. You always, everybody be always talking about themselves, but you gotta have consideration for your peoples. You got bright sun. Hey man, that's me out here glistening. Nice, clean shaved head, good lighting, goatee and beard. People they ain't been bothering me, but it's been a lot of attention. Oh, you refer to the glasses? Yes, cause my future bright. I don't gotta block them. I want everybody to see what's going on. But yes, you got to make sure that you putting in that work. Two things can be true. Two things can be true. Get your rest. Get your grace. Get your time for yourself. But in the same time, get your work done. Because if you don't do it, nobody else will. Be considerate for your partner and your family. It ain't always about you. You know what I mean? It ain't always. Desi, what's good? Damn, is that a dimple? Wave to your baddies, y'all. Wave to your baddies. Everybody coming in, make sure y'all like the live. Make sure y'all share with y'all peoples. Y'all missed me. I had on my D'Angelo hat. I was paying tribute to the legend. Great loss. Great, deep loss. Desi gets on my nerves. It's still here. They asked me to put the hat back on. She said, looking like the year of the gentleman. And it's all because. Yo. Yeah, this the old one. I can't beat Neil because Neil out here with like about 5 women's. I ain't got the. I mean, I got the energy, but not for that. Not for the consistent maintenance. I need to channel my emotions. Like heck yeah. Give it to 1. All that 2, 3, 4. I don't know. Yeah, he got to start a lineup. That mean that salary cap is expensive. First of all, listen. Let's just because it's very important for me to keep it playa. It's very important to keep it playa. The thought process of having multiple women sounds beautiful, right? Unless you got to have. First of all, we're not talking about marriage. We're just talking about y'all just doing whatever. You got to have the resources. You got to have the resources. I don't know if he's still working at Motown, but Motown ain't had a hit since Lionel Richie. So I don't know how good them funds can be. Once. Wait. What's Lionel Richie? Damn. Are we counting Brick House? Who had the last hit at Motown? Motown Philly. Like he signed Michael and them. Not the Boys to Men. Oh my God. Shout out to Motown. I used to know all of the Temptations moves. Cause the movie, that was my shit. When David Ruffin, everybody talks about ain't nobody coming to see you, Otis. That's great. That's legendary. But when David Ruffin walks down the aisle and his manager slash what's that called? His dealer pays the light man to shine the light on David Ruffin as soon as he comes in to take the mic. Hey, yo. The way he stole that mic from Paul, crazy. She said, Bruno. I'm David Ruffin, and these are the Temptations. Downright diabolical. Also, the most important part of that movie is when Korn passes, when Blue passes away. Oh, you said Bruno was Motown? Okay. Hey, yo. When Blue passes away, it gets real emotional, and Smokey Robinson comes to sing at his funeral. When I tell you, and we sing, I'm really gonna miss you. I'm really gonna miss you, my friend. We sing that at everybody. We sang that at Bandito, Beanz' cousin. We sang that at his passing. I believe, didn't they sing that at Whitney Houston's funeral? Hey, you got to do what you got to do. Tell moms I said hello. Tell her to join and Keep It Playa as well. And we will reconvene. Blue wasn't no demon. That's David Ruffin. Blue was real. But anyway, I digress. Let's not get away from the points. All right, y'all. Well, till I said thank you kindly. Later, alligator. All right, y'all. So look, let's get into the rest of the show. We're going to kick off with a When I Send You This. And then get into some questions. All right. Now, When I Send You This is one of my signature segments. Day Lit was good. He threw the manager off the roof. No, that's a different movie. Wait. Blue? That's red. I was like, hey, yo. That's red from 5 Heartbeats. Blue is from the Temptations. That's Melvin with the deep voice. Merry Christmas. See, this is why I saw somebody the other day. We're gonna do Ceddy's Recipe movie nights. So you can catch all the black classics that you need to know. We had a fireman, man. He ain't know none of the hits. He hadn't seen Life. He hadn't seen 5 Heartbeats. He hadn't seen Juice. He got to catch up on all the movies. I'm going to take this hat off, get down to Desi left. I got a shine on him. That luster. Who was trash? Oh, yeah. You talking about the dude that ain't know the movies. I'm about to say, don't disrespect Melvin. Merry Christmas. Oh, yeah, he black, but see, he young. That's why we got to have the movie night. Because the youth don't know the movies. Now, my son, he done seen Life. He done seen Nutty Professor. He done seen Friday, Boys in the Hood. Well, now we got to catch him up and see if he's been taking advanced courses. Because you got to know certain movies. When I pass, there will be certain things that will take place at my funeral. First thing is, I'm going to bring in my boy Aaron. Just make sure y'all record this because y'all going to have to get this to my peoples. But we're going to bring in Aaron Doucette, the singer from LA, and he's going to recite a scene from the movie Money Talks. Okay? Does he know Meteor Man? Ooh. Damn. Black card. I gotta show him Meteor Man. Cause when Meteor Man come on, when the Golden Lords be hitting that joint in the mall, Diamante, what's good? We lit. Meteor Man is the greatest black superhero of all time. I'm gonna just put it out there. We can't get the Black Panther if we don't get Meteor Man. Top 5, Meteor Man. I'm going to go Black Panther because they gave us Wakanda. They gave us a site. to visit. Then Blank Man. Then Luke Cage. That seemed a little high for Luke Cage. But Luke Cage bald headed, so we gotta put him on there. And then Blade. I gotta give Luke Cage the bald headed nod. Doing it for the scallywags. Now, but you gotta teach them the movies. Okay? Now, when I send you this, I know everybody love Blade. I'm gonna keep it real. One time I went into the Giant supermarket and I seen Blade. I was both taken aback and scared at the same time. How the fuck is Blade in the laundry detergent aisle? He had the fade and everything. But I digress. Now, when I send you this, one of my favorite segments, when we talk about a photo being sent, a meme, picture, and it having dual meaning. You know what I mean? In the past, we done sent Simone Biles. I think I sent a T.I. Last week we had sent a picture of Chris Tucker. But when I send it to you, whether you are a player or a baddie, it can have a different meaning. So tonight's when I send you this is Giannis Antetokounmpo. Giannis Antetokounmpo. Players, if I send you a picture, if I text you a photo of Giannis, that means I'm putting on for my peoples. Okay? I'm putting on everybody. Because you know Giannis going to put his family on. Giannis got all of his brothers on the Milwaukee Bucks now. I heard they signing his uncle to the coaching staff. Giannis got his whole family working for an NBA team. And he is the only one that can ball. But quiet as cat, I'm getting a Thanasis jersey. Tenacity. You got to put on for the family. Now, if I send a picture of Giannis to the baddies, that means I'm trying to be the Greek freak. I'm trying to get my Greek freak on. He said, if I send you a pic of A. Will, no, I'm here to handle business. I feel you. Yo, I'm telling you. Giannis funny though, because Giannis be breaking y'all off with the Nigerian / Greek accent to make you think he ain't a freak bull. He was on the boat talking about that. Turn your freaky down, Giannis. He said, "It is my birthday." Giannis crazy. So if I send you a pic of Giannis, don't act different. Don't act new. Players, let's go get it. I'm going to put you on. Ladies. Drewski meme. Now, let's get into... man, should I speak my truth real quick, y'all? Or should we get into the what are you talking about? Let's get into what are you talking about, because I feel like we ain't been talking about that lately, and we need to. So the first clip that I wanted to highlight was a clip that I saw the other day of a gentleman talking about getting old, and he made an interesting statement when he talked about how people are always so quick to be like, you getting old, and you're not getting old, you're just getting older. Because everybody's old until they pass. Then what's the first thing they say when you pass? Damn, you died. He was so young. So young. It's like, well, damn, I was living 2 days ago and you was calling me Unc. Now I done left. And now I'm too young. If a 30-year-old person, knock on wood that this don't happen, if a 30-year-old person was walking around today, what's up, Calvin Drexler, what's good? What's good? Welcome to the Player Circle. If a 30-year-old man was walking around, the first thing y'all was like, what's good, which is diabolical. But if a 30-year-old person passed away right now, you'd be like, oh my God, he was so young. We got to change the narrative. I'm going to share some info that changed my thought process about where I am in life. And y'all see the salt and pepper growing in. That's what I was talking about. The discourse has been about the grays growing into my beard, which at one point in my life, I would have been like, oh, wildin'. But I feel good. I feel good about it. You know what I mean? I've gotten positive response to it. But more importantly, I feel good about it. Because you got to think first about the alternative. Your boy could be laid up. Your boy could be laid up. And we need to make the most of every day of our life. Not self-pity. Not all this, oh my God, I'm so overweight. I'm so old. No. Every day you get a chance to live. You get a chance to, you're blessed. Every day you wake up, you blessed. Every day you wake up, you get an opportunity to be better. Every day you wake up, you get an opportunity to make a difference. So those are all blessings. All blessings. Okay? So you got to look at it as such. And you got to, I share some information that I always need to rehash this because it's some of the best advice that I ever got from my boy Jay Classic. And Jay Classic said this. He said, listen, if you strengthen your mind, strengthen your body, and strengthen your bank account, you're going to be forever young. You're going to always be in the game. Strengthen your mind, strengthen your body, and strengthen your bank account. You're going to always be in the game. Because what do I tell y'all all the time? You ain't ugly. You broke. And I need you to remember that. When you are not broke, and listen, we all go back and forth. We've all been there. Except others. Sometimes they stay rich, others stay broke. But for the average man, we go through our and when we go through our waves. But the thing that you understand when you're not broke is there is a burden lifted off your shoulders that I can only wish that all of you get to experience. It's a beautiful MFing thing. It's amazing. You be like, yo, my friends want to hang out and I don't gotta ask nobody to spot me. I can go and I can order whatever I want. The fellas or the missus want to go on a trip and I don't have to tell them, let me get back to you. What a gift. What a gift. It's different. It's absolutely different, man. And I want everybody to get there. But strengthening your finances is one way to increase your youth. Your vibrance. So get to it. Who got the wave? What's good? What's good? What's good? I'm telling you, yo, it be special. It'd be special to feel young. And like I said, not in the case to be taken advantage, if you will, but just to be in the mix. Being around youth. Breed Erica, what's good? Welcome, welcome. Always wave to your baddies. Welcome to the Player Circle. But let's see what else is here on the What Are You Talking About list. Oh, an interesting topic. Interesting topic. Now, she said, what up, though? Yo, so a recent post from Damaris from the Rory and Mal show, excuse me. Damaris from the Rory and Mal show had made a post on Twitter the other day, which I thought was very, very interesting. Had people up there, went viral or what have you. And she basically made a post that says, she posted a clip from the movie The Best Man when Nia Long is walking around looking good in the month, walking around in the lingerie. And her caption for her tweet was, y'all do not appreciate lingerie. The tweet went viral, 6 million views, thousands of retweets and quote tweets. And it was a very, as usual, anything between the men and the women is very, there's a lot of discourse on it. But the men was basically saying, that's cap. We definitely, we love lingerie. It sent X into a frenzy. But it was like, the reason, some people said that's cap, but we still do love lingerie. The other men said, the reason we don't love lingerie is because y'all took away the value, wearing it to your everyday common places. One of the people said, y'all be wearing lingerie to Bass Pro Shops, which is crazy. Crazy. I feel like, and we discussed it briefly the other day in the titled caption, I know why the cage Cisco sings, and his, trying to discuss his love of thongs. But it was like back in the day, it was just so taboo to see those things, and it's not taboo no more. You see that stuff everywhere. Girls literally be wearing lingerie like just walking out. Now, of course, everybody, here at the Player Circle, we don't this judge free. You know what I mean? What you do with your life, as long as it is not a detriment towards anybody else, live your life. That being said, there are the consequences to every action and repercussions. So therefore, I believe that is why the marriage feels this way. I would say that as a now young ump and a mature brother, I once did diminish the value of lingerie. Not the lingerie itself, just the pantyhose, because pantyhose remind me of my grandma and the usher board at Mount Airy Baptist Church. Never was really big into the lingerie, to pantyhose. That shit used to be, I don't know. I've tried to evolve though. Yeah, what's good? Welcome. Excuse my excitement. I was super hyped right there. But I'm just happy to see you. Happy to see you. Welcome to the Player Circle. So, but getting back to what we were discussing, I have to say that lingerie is still quality. Especially through the surge of Rihanna with the Fenty. You know what I mean? It just needed a little boost. And you cannot be wearing your lingerie to Walgreens. In the house. For your loved ones. Chris Rock used to have a joke about Janet Jackson, freed the slaves at the Super Bowl. And he said, you know what I mean? When y'all saw Mama, if you watching, cover your ears. But Chris Rock said, man, when the titty popped out, even the titty was confused. He was like, why am I out? Why am I out here? See that's he said 20-year-old titty, community titty. 40-year-old titty, that's your man's titty. But see, again, applying that thought process to the lingerie. The lingerie had so much more higher value when it was simply for the eyes of your loved one. But now if everybody's seeing it, if you putting on a lingerie top with the sheen skirt and going to the hookah lounge, it don't got the same. It don't got the same. Cause I'm outside with my Heineken, just seeing something that was supposed to be intended for the greater good. What Martin say on Big Mama's House? You can't lead with your shaboinka. Just my thoughts. Because when I seen the clip of Nia Long, I was like, I understand it now. I understand it. This is why Rihanna ain't going back to, she ain't making no more records. Because the Fenty's selling like hotcakes. It's still in good value. But you can't wear it to the club. Keep it for your man or for your woman. You know, so hey man, new dawn, new day. That's what my girl say. Y'all let me know what y'all think. Is it something that has it lost its value? Does it still make you does it still spark your attention when you see it? I just feel like we get so much access to it now, man. I'm gonna tell y'all this silly story. We was outside the firehouse one day, me, education, he was there. And we was talking to another firefighter, and I was trying to make a point that I'm like, yo, man, nowadays, man, you ain't even gotta go online. You ain't even gotta go to no crazy sites. For the kids, don't even gotta go to no crazy sites to see, nobody naked. They could literally just go on Twitter. And he's like, yup. And then the other fireman was like, or you can do Reddit. He was like, yeah, okay. But I'm trying to continue to tell my story. I'm like, yeah, like man, they like the girls be naked everywhere. But he doubled down. He was like, yeah, but you really can just go on Reddit. I'm like, bro, I'm not trying. I'm not taking notes of what you're saying. Like, I'm trying to talk to my boy. He's like, you could really? No, but seriously, you could just go on Reddit to see the... I was like, freak boy, turn your freak down. Turn your freaky down. That's a common mantra here at the Player Circle. Turn your freaky down. Every time you see somebody up there trying to look this up, because the comments be wild. It's like, yo, your freak level too high. But I digress. Drewski meme. Now, I want to go back for a second. I gotta speak my truth. Now, speak my truth, similar to what grinds my gears, self-reflection that's taking place through the week, and use it at your own discretion. But tonight, speak my truth. Hey, take your ass to therapy. Take your ass, especially if it's black, take your black ass to therapy. Now, here at the Player Circle, we are big advocates of getting the help that you need. Because there's a lot of unhealed trauma. A lot of unhealed trauma. And it's crazy. Shout out to my boy Raymond Bracey over at the Ocean Family Center. If you're in need, if you're in the Philadelphia area, holla at my boy. But we live in this space, man, where our trauma is at the forefront and even attacking us on a daily basis. And you see it in people in their dealings with relationships and how they deal with their career choices, their finances, their families, whether it be removing themselves from situations, whether it be self-sabotaging, whether it be lack of commitment, whether it be overcommitting to circumstances. And these things always be pointing back to, yeah, I need to really look into this. I need to get some help with this. And it ain't nothing wrong with a little bit of counseling, a little bit of therapy, a little bit of dealings with somebody that is trained. Now, historically, we take it to God, and you rarely gonna lose taking it to God. That being said, God has provided you the resources, i.e. counseling, i.e. therapy. Take your ass to therapy. We be trying to deal with stuff ourselves, trying to manage it on our own, and we be swinging a miss. But more importantly than just being on a negative tip about it, it's like, man, when you get the opportunity to bounce your thoughts, or bounce your experiences off of somebody who is removed from the circumstances and can give you a fair, objective look. Quest, what's good? Renaissance in the building. When you can get a fair, unbiased, objective look at the things that you do and say and how they impact you and your loved ones, it's game changing. You be like, damn, I ain't even know this stemmed from what my dad said to me in 2005. Yeah. That's why you out here chasing women. Looking panub in all the wrong places, like Ludacris say. So again, as I speak my truth, I say to all, take your ass to therapy. If you need resources, call your boy. Or use that Google, use that AI. They will help you to find some therapy. Now, I want to get into some questions, some quick questions. Then we will tie up the loose ends and finish strong with Ceddy's recipes. All right. Now, the question I have for y'all tonight, the first question of the night, is from the artist's perspective, the music perspective. And my question of the night is, first question that is, what does a song from a new artist have to do to make you keep listening, to make you become a fan? What does a song from a new artist have to do to make you become a fan? This is a conversation that it stems from conversations had here at Renaissance. It stems from conversations had on social media and with clients. But where something that used to be so much more frequent in terms of music discovery has changed. And so we always are trying to find out what it is that people are doing that make you like, oh man, I gotta really tap in. I think the easy answer is obviously, oh, the song's gotta be good. But I think we hear so much music out here now that I think it's a little bit deeper than that. And I saw a conversation piece from artist Morgan Gold where, she was basically saying, yeah, like somebody going to the grocery store doesn't make me a fan. You know what I mean? Like, I just want to see an artist be a dope artist. And I'm like, yeah, that makes sense. That makes tons of sense to me. Like somebody just doing it big, but I think it definitely has to come in a level of consistency and doing it multiple times. I think that's where you start to get to see somebody like, all right, now I really want to be a fan now. I think for me, as an artist manager, one of the biggest things for me is to see high quality, and this is what, speaking more to Morgan's point, is like, yo, you want to see them be a superstar. That was the other thing she said. I want to see artists be a superstar. Like, if everybody's out here doing the struggling artist thing, it's like it doesn't appeal to me to want to really watch your journey, because it's like you're just trying to be like everybody else, or so it seems. For me, in my experience, the experience more so curated on Instagram and through Twitter, I love to see young stars do and create conversations that make them look like a point of expertise or a person that is legitimately dope. If I don't have that feeling, I'm like, yeah. You on the same tip as everybody else. And that ain't good enough. My bad, y'all. My bad. Excusez-moi. I think it's essential that you make yourself stand out and look like a star in this era. If you're not doing that, it's like, all right, well, you just getting in. You fitting in like everybody else, and you're not standing out. I think in this era, you have to stand out. It's too much music. So it's essential that you're doing that. I think the type of content that you're creating is a big part of that. And when I say content, the content around the music. Y'all know how I highlighted Kirby the other day. The jump in the quality of her content over the past 2 to 3 years. And not just the quality, because the quality had been there, but the consistency of it. It's like, yo, she's there. You gonna see her. And I feel like artists that I see, Neela, another one, shout out to her, former guest of the show. It's like, yo, just being seen. And I know it's hard because you got to try to figure out how to do that in this crazy ass market. And as we say all the time, music industry is the most expensive hobby to have. So, yeah, I get it, but just like Cardi has been saying in some of her recent interviews, is like you got to make it work. If you're talking about being, somebody that is memorable or being a star, you got to find visibility. I think that's one of the biggest things. as far as visibility, like how do you create that? I think that's learning how to work your little corner of the market. And as you continue to really, really hone in on that, it will expand to others. I think learning how to work ads. I think learning how to leverage influencers and relationships that you get along the way. Collaborations. Collaborations, like, you'd be surprised at just how big that is. You have to be able to create a connection with people through some of the established artists that they already love. Just a very easy way to do it. It's big. Definitely a huge way and an opportunity for you to line up and get more people connected to you. When I see an artist with a feature of somebody that I'm a fan of and then they kill it, I'm like, ooh, ooh, let more. You know what I mean? That's big. All right, y'all. Now, as we wind down, I gotta deliver one of. Oh man, I ain't gonna hold y'all, yo. I will give y'all Beanz Better tonight, but we're dealing with a struggle fest with the upcoming game. I think there will be some value, but I don't even want to. For the casual better, I'm not even really willing to put y'all at risk like that for this Thursday night game. You know what I mean? If you're really interested, let me know. You could, hit me up. I'll provide the resources that I utilize. But as for myself, hey, we gonna, we don't want to be forcing. We never force here. We never force. Now, I want to kick it off, or end the night rather. I want to end the night with Ceddy's recipes and finish, as we love to do, one of my favorite segments. Now, Ceddy's recipes, for those who are new, those who are unfamiliar, a segment where we share and highlight customs, norms, and traditions of yesteryear, from the black culture, from our culture, that we want to provide our youth, provide the children, the YNs, and the youngins, so that they can keep these things going in the future, to infinity and beyond, as some would say. In the past, we have highlighted such things as spades, not splitting the pole, mixtapes, Meteor Man, as was mentioned earlier today, God is Good, among several other informal traditions that we got to maintain. And tonight, I'm proud, especially after visiting my alma mater, to bring you a recipe for the day. Tonight's recipe is Baltimore Club music. Tear almost left my eye as I said it. Baltimore Club. Now, for all of you who are older millennials, Gen Z, or even Gen Alpha, you may not be familiar with the phenomenon of Baltimore Club. You may be more familiar with its descendants, Jersey Club, shout out Jersey, and Philly Club. Not going shade. We're not going to shade today. But Jersey Club and Philly Club are the descendants of Baltimore Club, which would actually stem from Chicago house music. Shout out all my people from the Chi. But Baltimore Club was a popular form of music, dance music, club music in the 2000s, and it was guaranteed to set shit off. Let me present to you a time, a simpler time, a great time, where we used to be at the parties and we weren't worried about VIP sections. We wasn't worried about playing, sitting back and watching girls just dance only with their friends. This was a time when the men and the women was on the dance floor together in unity. And depending on the DJ, whether he be American, Caribbean, or what have you, a hip hop fan or a club fan, he would usually get it started with some music that will get people on the dance floor. You might get you a Nelly, Flap Your Wings. You might get you a Juvie, Back That Ass Up. Slow motion for me. More so Back That Ass Up, though, because we got to get that shit popping. And the tempo would set it off. Girls would start twerking before we even really knew or had a particular title for it. And the guys would start working their way to the dance floor because there was mutual consent and interest in dancing with each other. And the DJ would, at this point, make it a mission to turn that shit up. And how he would do that is he would get it started with Baltimore Club music. And Baltimore Club music, like I said, imagine Jersey Club with a bit more sexual innuendos and mixtures of cultural references. It was basically chops of some of your favorite songs or some of your classic songs and turning it into something that we could go crazy on. But they like the songs would have like I said, it would be innuendos, i.e. the legendary "Put Your Leg Up" or "Watch Out for the Big Girl." You know what I mean? My bad, y'all. Excuse my ignorance. I'm trying to charge this phone up. And motherfuckers want to act up. Always want to act up when you're trying to give people what they need. But hey, man, it's real. But as I'm saying, it's like, yo, shout out Rod Lee, Diamond K, K Swift, all the legends. But Put Your Leg Up, Drive You Crazy, Mr. Postman, so many great hits. So many great hits. I happened to go to homecoming and shout out my girl Shakima Simmons Winter, Cheney grad, but also works for the Clutch Group. Shout out LeBron and them. I'm still trying to tell her to let me meet Asia Wilson. Amen. But anyway, I was talking to her about one of her friends, the Cowardly Lion, who had asked, name your songs from that would make up your Cheney soundtrack. And I told her that one would be on mine was Put Your Leg Up. And she said, Put Your Leg Up? What's that? Oh. I almost died. That's the police sprinkling the crack on me. But I said, you don't know, put your leg up? I said, do you know, watch out for the big girl? She's like, I think. Oh, you missed out. You missed out. When that boom, 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 doo 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 doo, when that bass dropped, and he said, "Go ahead, girl, put your leg up. Go ahead, girl, put your leg like this." Yeah, and we dancing. Girls throwing it. Guys catching it. It was a wonderful time. Now, I will say that the advancements of one Chris Brown and his dancing did affect the Baltimore Club, because then people started crumping and changed the entire mood. But, you know, hey, man, Chris Brown, can't knock Chris Brown's music, because he was helping, he was helping relations. But when that Baltimore Club came on in the party, oh my God, what a time. What a gift. What a gift. All the short dudes, ugly dudes. Everybody getting danced, because everybody getting love in the club. It was amazing. But me as a handsome brother, I could maximize my profit, because I could approach the girl from the front, and she, obviously I ain't gonna get turned down. My assist to turnover ratio very high, very high. But you approach, get a little bit, and you spin. Then you put that work in, and you look back at your boys like, yeah, this for you, can't get right. That's where you gotta believe came from, because you had to go out there and find the girl that you thought was fine, that was throwing it, and she wasn't trying to. This was at a time when they just wasn't dancing with their girls. You go to the club, I see it so. First of all, let me not act like I'm in the club like that, because I'm wiser. But you see it now. They be dancing with each other, somewhat in protection, but it's just like, man, they not even trying to get close with them. It ain't no unity, ain't no black love. We ain't have to worry about that back in the time. We was fresh, we was wild, we was free. And Baltimore Club was the soundtrack for that freedom. What a time. What a time to be alive. This is the recipe for the day, and of course this concludes another fun and great episode. I love when y'all pull up. I love when y'all stop, y'all comment, and have a good time. For those, if you missed the episode, stay tuned for later this weekend. It will be up on YouTube. And make sure y'all catch up on some of the old episodes. We've been doing really good. We've been growing on YouTube, so I'm definitely proud of that. Until next time, I love y'all. Stay blessed. Continue to work. Continue to love. Continue to learn. But most importantly, keep it blessed. Keep it real. But always keep it playing. We out.